Hello guys, this is David. Are you ready to dream Rome from home? The city of Rome is an open-air museum full of astonishing surprises. You walk along its tiny streets and suddenly you find yourself in front of amazingly huge monuments. Among them, the most famous fountain in the world, Trevi Fountain. Millions of people from all over the world travel to Rome every year to admire this masterpiece, and most of them toss one coin in the water. Why? According to the legend, doing so will guarantee you to come back to Rome soon. And what happened to these coins? They are collected every week and then used for charity. But let's have a closer look to this masterpiece. The focal point of everything is water, symbolically represented in its different aspects. Who's that mighty statue in the center of the fountain? He's a god, and precisely Ocean, god of the waters. He stands on a shell-shaped chariot dragged by two winged sea horses. One is restless and symbolizes the stormy sea, while the other one looks docile as the flat, calm sea. Can you believe that the water for the fountain is still provided by an ancient Roman aqueduct? Except for a short period, this aqueduct has never stopped supplying the city of Rome from the time of the empire. Its name is Aqua that literally means the virgin water. Look at the top of the fountain to the right, and you will see a relief. There is a young girl, a virgin, pointing out a fresh spring to a group of thirsty Roman soldiers. That's what the legend tells about the discovery of the spring and the reason of its name. In the left panel, we see Marco Agrippa, the son-in-law of the Emperor Augustus, ordering to build the aqueduct. And indeed, Trevi Fountain is precisely conceived to mark the end of the Virgin Aqueduct. In the 18th century, the Pope announced a design contest for the creation of this beautiful fountain, and the architect named Nicola Salvi won it. He is the one who designed this scenic wonder, though after his death the project was completed by Giuseppe Pannini in 1762. Trevi Fountain took some 30 years to complete, and the result is a late Baroque masterpiece that still leaves us speechless. And look at the perfect brightness of its marble. In 2015, the Italian fashion company Fendi funded a major restoration of the fountain for 2.2 million euros. This fountain has become one of the symbols of the city of Rome, so iconic to be featured in different movies as La Dolce Vita by Federico Fellini. Unforgettable is the scene in which Anita Ekberg jumps in the water inviting Marcello Mastroianni to reach her. Marcello, come here! Still today you can see people jumping in it, but don't do that, it's forbidden. There is a particular and very long-lasting relationship between Rome and the water that starts from its foundation. As many cities in the past, Rome was founded next to a river. The necessity of drinkable water in a city growing up in population, power and prestige brought to the construction of aqueducts. We know that when the Roman Empire was at the peak of its power, the city could count on 11 aqueducts, supplying the capital with 1 billion of liters of water in a day. Today, we can see the ruins of these engineering masterpieces, monumental arches dominating the landscape of the Roman countryside. They remind us of our glorious past, when our ancestors learned to tame the waters. After the emperors, the popes gift every square with beautiful fountains, and their jets are still the soundtrack of our eternal city. All around Rome you can find the so-called nasoni. They are a particular type of drinking fountain. The name comes from their characteristic design, with a spout shaped as a big nose, in Italian nasone. Instead of the big nose, sometimes you can find a she-wolf head, but are both working the same way. I'll give you a tip. Drinking from the fountain will be easier by blocking the bottom hole and forcing the water to come upwards through the small hole on the top. The she-wolf head is a clear reference to the myth of the foundation of Rome, but I will tell you about this in my next video, so stay tuned!